I don't think
All
we can do
right.
that. He's a little
We're
stinky right now.
We're on here. We're live. Hey, world. Welcome to Running Totally Free. And Running Totally Free in high heels. That can be found at all your favorite bookstores. No, that's not true.
That would be great, though.
We are found
work on a
on
book.
Facebook, WordPress.com.
Yeah, we haven't figured that one out. Is it .com or .org?
WordPress somewhere. Running free or running totally free in high heels.
Yeah.
But this is running totally free on YouTube or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Yes.
It is, what day is it?
25th,
Thursday?
24th. Thursday, March 24th.
I was looking for the day
I
of the
had
week.
to like backtrack from our anniversary and Easter.
All right, well,
Try to
it's
count backwards.
Thursday is that true? The 24th? Oh, I was thinking our anniversary is the 31st. No, it's the 27th.
26th, 27th.
My sister's birthday is the 31st.
Oh, happy birthday, Trisha.
Yeah,
If
she
you
got a
watch.
birthday coming up.
Happy
1 week
birthday.
from today.
And happy anniversary, Stephen Kimberly.
Happy anniversary, Stephen
Because you
Kimberly,
will have
this
yours
Sunday.
Soon too.
He's celebrating 17 years, just like us,
Yeah.
which is
Mhm.
exciting. Which is Easter. I think this is the first anniversary we've celebrated on Easter that I remember.
I
Maybe
think
Kimberly
you're
and
right.
Steve, you would remember
Better than we are
because
right
we
now.
celebrate on the same day, but I don't remember ever celebrating on Easter. So that's kind of a double
Mhm.
treat. We get to celebrate our anniversary and celebrate the Lord's resurrection.
Yeah.
Which is the only reason we're still married. Because Jesus died on the cross for our many, many, many shortcomings, faults, and sins.
That's right.
We weren't.
Clinging to him, we
Yeah.
might not be clinging to each other.
We're despicable. That's true. It's true.
I
So
know it is.
we're thankful to Jesus that we're still married after all these years. This last week, we had the final week of Financial Peace University. At least we had their final class for Financial Peace University, which I was grateful for. Somebody's messaging us. I was grateful for the class
Mhm.
and the people who taught it, and I was equally grateful that it was over. Because having to go to church when I did go to church, and then come home, and then drive back to church,
Yeah.
and then drive back home on my day off. It didn't feel like a day off, and I mean it was invaluable, and I would do it again in a heartbeat, and
Yeah.
I recommend anybody to take the class. I think
Definitely.
I mean it's totally changed our perspective in our life and given us direction
Yeah.
and hope for the future. But it was hard. It was really hard for me personally, just on the amount of sleep. Normally Saturdays I get home 3, 4, 5 in the
5 o'clock
morning.
in the morning. So Michael was
This last
truly
week,
sleep deprived.
yeah, this last week especially, last Saturday.
Mhm.
So I got a phone call Saturday night at 11:10 from a basketball player for the Houston Rockets, Dwight Howard, and he wanted to come in with his family and have dinner. They just finished playing the Hawks, and they weren't going to be there till midnight.
Right.
And we accepted them, and they tipped our servers unbelievably, and they even gave $1,100 to our kitchen guys who stayed there.
Yeah.
which was awesome.
That was good stuff.
But I didn't get home until 5 in the morning, so I was real tired. And then yesterday was an all-nighter doing beer and liquor and wine inventory, and I slept all day today. I went to bed last night at 10, and I woke up at 10:30 this morning after a crazy dream. I didn't tell you this. I had a crazy dream last night that I got shot in the butt with a gun. But nobody would take it out. They kept telling me they were going to take me to the hospital, but it would just kept being right there in my butt.
I think he should preface this with the fact that he found out that another restaurant
Oh, I didn't
in the
even put those
Atlanta
two things. I
area
didn't even put
was
those two
held
things
up
together.
just
Yes.
a couple nights ago,
I didn't even
right?
put those two things together.
A police officer had told Michael a couple
Yeah.
nights ago, a restaurant a very well-known restaurant that they were held up at gunpoint, I guess.
Yeah.
And so
Put
it
a
must
gun
have
to
been
the
on his
manager's
mind.
head. I guess so. I've been thinking about that. Really have. That's been on my. Been working
Yeah,
on my
because he's
brain.
up, he's there till way, way late in the morning. Or early morning, however you would say that.
If I was going to get shot in the butt, would probably be a good place.
A nice fleshy place.
Better than my head.
Although that would make it very difficult to run. He was running before this video.
Had a good run. Beautiful day. Wow, it was gorgeous out. Really, really nice. The last class that we did, which was reviewing baby step number 7. The title was Build Wealth and Give. And it was all about the fact that God owns everything and that we really own none of it. We're just stewards of it. And there was a really good illustration I used in the class. And it was a very convicting class. Heather and I have always been under the, what's the word? Conviction that tithing is biblical and that it's what God requires of the people that follow Him. But since probably, since we really got in debt with medical bills, our tithing has. Yeah. And now we're just struggling with how do we
bring it back into.
How do we tithe and
still fight debt?
Still fight debt, and the fact that we're in debt. And anyway, those are the kind of issues this class brought up, and that we're thinking about, praying about, trying to figure out. The last class, they had you figure out how much money you have paid off so far. So this was exciting. We said we were going to celebrate when we got to a certain marker. So if you can see, we've paid off $10,574 in 9 weeks, right? Well, there was 1 week we didn't go, so I guess it's really 10 weeks. That's pretty good. And we've saved up $2,000.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
It is amazing.
It's amazing.
That's some gazelle intensity right there.
Instead of debt continuing to go up, we've not only stopped it, we've
going down.
We've gone down. So
that's awesome.
I don't know what the exact number is. It's 25,000 something, because
we did end up having
to pay another medical bill, and then my stupid foot doctor sent me a year-old bill for a walking boot from last year. Like to strangle him. So there's another $145 I've got to pay.
Right.
Yep, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
We owe it, and we're going to pay it. We did have success, though, with a debt that Heather had that we thought was paid off, and they had made a computer glitch. I called them and asked them, I said, hey, we've been paying this thing for so long. If we were to pay it off today, would there be a benefit to us? And they took off, I think, $125 if I paid it off right then.
Yeah.
So and I don't feel guilty about it, because when they asked Heather to do the test, they didn't tell us that this series of tests was going to cost us $1,100. So, I don't feel like they had real full disclosure with us, so I didn't feel bad asking them for a discount to pay the thing off. So it's nice to have that out of the way and really down to our 3 creditors.
Right. So that was, again, a confirmation to us that it's always good to, that I would encourage any married couples to have savings for those health issues that come up, because in our experience, and maybe we're alone in this, but in our experience, even, we're not that old, we've had a lot of health stuff come up.
Yeah.
And also encourage you to ask lots of questions. And then we learned through Michael trying to ask, if you pay in cash now, if you pay the whole thing, will they give you a discount? that actually worked to our benefit. And we were thinking that in retrospect, we wish we had asked previously.
There was
that.
a couple debts that I had paid off in our debt snowball.
Right.
That we probably could have done the same.
Same thing. So lesson learned.
So cash is king, you know?
Yeah, it really, really is.
If you're going to pay them $10 a month versus give them a lump sum, they'll take the lump sum. Not that we're trying to get out of paying your obligations, but if you look at your medical bills for what they're charging you, I mean, this $150 bill that just came in was for a walking boot that they charged us $285 for. They told me insurance was going to cover it, so that was a lie. But if you went online to Amazon, you probably could get the same thing for about $70.
Right.
So I don't feel bad negotiating these medical bills because they're jacking up the costs.
Well, they're having to pay for people who aren't paying.
That's true.
So they have to incorporate into their prices people who are paying, like we were, by credit cards, so they weren't getting paid. They're getting paid over a large amount of time versus just one lump sum. And then the people who can't afford to pay. So,
yeah, I guess one of the big questions, or one of the big things we've learned too, is ask questions before.
Yeah.
If they say, hey, you need this test, you need this medical device, let's send you home with these pair of crutches.
Let me go see if I can get those crutches on Craigslist.
Yeah. You know how many
seriously
Goodwills have crutches?
They do.
In them?
Yeah, it's true.
Just because it's a medical device doesn't mean you couldn't pick it up around the corner somewhere for half, because you're going to wind up paying for it, even if insurance covers some part of it.
Yeah.
You're still paying more than if you had just went and got it yourself.
Right. So
anyway,
now we know, and we will
learned.
teach our children that.
Lesson learned. We changed, we had a budget meeting yesterday. Was it the day before? I don't remember.
I think it was 2 days ago.
Yesterday was like
something.
Yesterday for me was the day before because I stayed up.
Yeah.
It was a long day. Anyway, we had our monthly budget meeting. We changed our allowances on our withholdings for taxes. So they're taking out less for taxes each month than they were previously, which has freed up money that we've allocated for life insurance. We're just waiting for them to get back to us and tell us if we qualified and what the cost would be. And then we added some categories in that we weren't funding. We funded a new household account for cleaning products and
yes, and for diapers, and that's probably the only thing that might still need some adjustment because I'm just realizing how much money is going out the door for diapers, wipes, and something else. So we're getting there. This has gotten us a lot closer to being on target with everything in our budget.
Yes, we raised what we're putting towards food. We finally funded a running gear category. Big thumbs up for that. And we upped lawn maintenance so that we can eventually sell this home and the association doesn't come after us.
Yes.
We did decrease medication and doctor visits, which sounds counterintuitive, but $1,000 is being taken out of our paycheck for the financial savings account. So we're still putting aside $1,500 a month or $1,500 a year for medical expenses.
Yeah. And our medical savings doesn't pay, at least as I understand it, didn't pay for like Benadryl over the counter.
Yeah.
So we still needed some cash in an envelope.
Gabe is really excited that
he wants to be
in the video.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gabe. We haven't increased any bit towards our debt snowball, which is something we were hoping to do, but there were areas in the budget that just weren't funded, that had to be funded. We hadn't spent money on toiletries in a month, but we needed toiletries. So I feel like we're more on track. So now this last quarter at work, we really did great, and I think we're gonna bonus, and now we're just waiting to see how much that is, and then see what that goes towards. So we got some extra money coming.
That's good news.
Oh, I have to get in the shower and get ready for work. Working in the kitchen tonight, which generally seems like a vacation. I mean, it's hard, don't get me wrong. It's very hard working in the kitchen. It's very manually, manual labor. It's nice not to have to talk to people for a night. So I really appreciate having that week in the kitchen. So Kenny, my boss, has been scheduling me every week in the kitchen for a shift, which I actually enjoy.
That's good.
Yeah. So hopefully it'll be a smooth night and I won't regret saying those words. Because some nights are really bad too. Anyway, you have anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, have a great day, everybody. We'll check in with you next week and tell you where we're at.
Yep. Sounds good.